up, y'all? My name is Samia Taylor, Capital Area Human Services Social Media Director, and I'm here today with
Mr. Ivan Tosin, Ivan L. Tosin, Certified Peer Support Specialist. I try to say it all professional and fast, and I'm tripping up. Anyways, Ivan Tosin, Certified Peer Support Specialist here at Capital Area Human Services. Yep.
So we're here today, and we're talking about self-care. February is National Self-Care Awareness Month.
It
and
is.
who else to talk about self-care except for the queen herself? Yes.
Self-care queen.
One thing about me, I'm going to take care of myself. So
Yes.
we're going to be chatting today a little bit about self-care, what's going on, how to take care of yourself, and what I do, and Ivan's view from a peer support specialist.
That's right. So let me start off by saying, she is considered the self-care queen, as we call her, because week to week we have to communicate, and we are constantly talking about content and shooting content for the Capital Area podcast, Capital Area social media platforms, all that kind of stuff, right? But anyways, let's just say it's a Wednesday, Friday, whatever day we trying to meet, and I'll text her. I'll be like, hey, look, we got an idea, this is the idea. Look, are you available on this day? She was like, yeah, well, I can do it at this time, but but before that, I have my spa appointment, so I can come after that. Or, look, I have a nail appointment this day, so I'm just not going to be able to do it. Or, look, I got to go out of town. Like, she takes all these lavish vacations. I don't know. Like,
Says a person who just went to Greece for the weekend.
That's my brother.
Okay.
I did go to Greece, y'all. It was amazing. I'm glad we got back just in time.
Yeah.
A lot going on right now.
But ladies out there, you're going to know you got to keep a fresh set, okay? One thing about me, I'm going to keep a fresh set of nails. They can't be yeah. You need to get with it.
Ooh. For your information, I went to the spa probably 3 weeks ago, something like that. Yeah, it might be time to go again, but yeah, that's besides the point. I go.
But beyond that, beyond beauty and looks and all that kind of stuff, it's important to take care of yourself, because you can't be the best you without taking care of yourself first.
That's right.
So, as a young lady, okay, I like to make sure my mental is right. Okay, so my mental is right is by doing my hair, my eyebrows, nails, whatever. But also, it's important I like to journal. Okay. So journaling, I'm gonna do a prompt. I'm gonna think about whatever is going. Just reflect on the week, on the day, on the month, or whatever. And I'm gonna bring out my journal. I'm gonna write whatever. Nobody needs to see it. Okay, it's just for me. I know that sounds a little bit like middle schoolish, my diary. But it's not even like that. It's a more adult. It's a more adult thing. It's more with like prompts and stuff. Not talking about my little crush that sits in the back of the classroom.
She probably is.
Yeah. Maybe. But more just like reflecting on what's going on, So there's a lot of prompts out there that you can find. There's lots of books that come already done with prompts, or you can look on Google. You can look on TikTok. Okay, that's where I get some of my journal prompts. You can look on Instagram. You can look on anywhere to find these prompts. Have you ever tried journaling?
I have. So my experience with so for one, let me just start by saying I'm a writer. So journaling for me becomes easy. I don't do it as much as I used to. Probably not at all. It's probably non-existent right now. But I do know the power of journaling, and I know for me it was like being able to vent. You know what I'm saying? And release. It's a form of release for me. When I did journal or did music or write a book, which I did write a book. I can't promote that right now because of what it's about. But anyways, that's another story. But yeah. So journaling was always for me a way to express myself, get thoughts out without having to bottle things in.
Yeah. Agree. And you know what my favorite form of self-care right now is?
Getting your hair done, getting your nails done. Which one? Eyebrows, facial, toes.
All of that.
Wax. Which one?
But therapy. That's my favorite. I feel like that's my number one. I go to therapy.
What kind of therapy?
Like just going to a therapist. Like,
okay.
Just log it into, I do it virtually. So every 3 weeks, I just talk to a therapist. And I don't feel like I have a lot of like things going on. It's just good to like just talk to somebody who's completely unbiased about anything that's going on with your life. And I feel like everybody can benefit from a therapist. And my therapist is like my best friend because she Don't be playing with me.
So you just really should just drop the bar right now. There's a lot of people out there who sometimes feel like they don't want to step foot in the doors. You know, they're not sure about who they will see when they come in facilities. They may feel like some form of embarrassment. I don't want nobody to see me or know that I'm out here, that I think I'm crazy, or whatever their thoughts may be, right?
Right.
But the pandemic probably was the catalyst to make this even more popular. But did I say that right? The pandemic was the catalyst to make this even more popular.
Yeah,
I did say
yes.
that right.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
So nowadays you can actually find therapy or find a counselor, find somebody you can communicate with online. Like there's many platforms now that will assist you and help you to find a therapist that you can talk to on a day-to-day basis, week-to-week basis, whatever it is. And you don't never have to step foot in any facility. You know, you can actually get on your phone, your laptop, your iPad, whatever it is, and you can get your therapy just like that.
Right.
In your home, your car.
I found literally, I do in my car sometimes, you know, leaving from my nail appointment, I'm like, oh, I got therapy today.
Yeah.
But you can find therapists online. A lot of them do like virtual right now just because it's easier for them too.
That's right.
So, and I went to Google, but I ended up going to a website called Psychology Today. You can read like the reviews. You can read about what they specialize in, like family or couples or stuff like that, where they're located. And then I think my therapist is like licensed in here, like in Louisiana and in Texas.
Okay.
So like you can find like that kind of stuff. But it was something I just started, I think I started like 3 or 4 months ago, and it's something I look forward to every month. Cause I only go once a month because therapy has such a negative connotation around it. It's like, oh, something's wrong with her if she's going to therapy.
That's good.
I'm in a very great place in my life right now.
Come on, preach.
So I feel like since I'm in a great place, like a therapy is even better. You know what I mean? So if you need a therapist or you think, oh, maybe like I can try it out, you can try it out. I mean, there's ample websites out there that, you know, you don't need insurance for, or like has a very low copay or something like that. There's lots of resources. You just gotta search and find out what will work for you.
That's right.
But so yeah, I love going to my therapist.
So tell
I'm
me
pushing
this.
It on everybody. Get therapy. Get therapy. Everybody.
Everybody get therapy. You get therapy. You get therapy. Everybody get therapy. Okay.
Just do it. Just do it. Just try it out at least.
So for Samia, what is your why? Like why did you initially seek therapy? Like what was it that made you say, I want to go get therapy?
Well, so I'm not the type of person who likes to put like, you know, everybody got a vent. Like even if life is great, okay, somebody might have made you mad at the gas station. It's like, I just need to get this out. Like, and you know, you bottle up emotions. Somebody made you mad at the gas station, then you got a flat tire, and this thing your emotions just bottle up and stuff like that. So I was just like, I don't want to put that on my friend Joe and Sue over here, my mom, calling her like, just talk to somebody. This is their job. They're helping you deviate your life problems. They're helping you figure out maybe other ways to, you know, figure out situations. Just somebody. I genuinely use therapy just to talk to somebody else that has no idea what my life is. And then sometimes, you know, you got to talk about other people, but they don't know who that is. They don't know your mom. They don't know your friend. They don't know anybody that you could be talking about. And they don't want to know. They don't want to know who it is. Yeah. Like you kind of keep names confidential. Like
that's good.
My therapist gives my friends and stuff like nicknames. Cause I'll talk about them and she's like, okay, that's so-and-so. She'll give them like nicknames.
Right.
But I was just like, I just want to talk to somebody else that I don't want to feel like I'm putting that, because other people have their own issues going on in life. So if I'm just putting all my issues on you, and like you're like, girl, I got my own, like I'm here for you, but like I got my own stuff to be going on right now. And you know, I read this thing on Instagram, and it was like, you go to therapy sometimes for people in your life that won't go to therapy. So
that one more time.
You go to therapy sometimes for people who won't go to therapy.
Okay.
So like, you know, your friend, they've been going through some stuff, and they putting it all on you, but they won't get the help. They won't see somebody. So you're like, I gotta go to therapy because you won't go to therapy because you're stressing me out.
Understand.
You know what I mean? And that has resonated with me in life, because there's people in my life that like won't go to therapy or don't see the benefit in it. So I'm like, I gotta go to therapy because you're not going to therapy. But that's okay. It's helping me, and it's been the best thing I could have invested in. I feel like things like that, self-care is an investment. So like sometimes people are like, well, therapy costs money. Okay, but you're going to spend that money when you go out to eat.
Yep.
So yeah, you got your belly full, but did you clear your mind?
Did you clear your mind? Yes, soul.
Did you? Did you get something from that?
Is your soul glowing?
But I feel like that with working out and stuff like that, people, because that's another one of my favorite forms of self-care is going to the gym.
Yeah.
The gym has so much more than just, have the perfect beach body for me. It's a good way to release my stress, good way to clear my mind, good way to hype me up. If I got something big going on, I'm like, oh, I'm going to go to the gym, get hyped up real quick before I go do whatever I got to do.
Right. That's good.
And people are like, oh, the gym memberships are just so expensive. Okay, but you're still going to buy that new shirt.
Right.
But did you,
Yeah.
So.
And let me do say, like, also, if for people who do work out, let's just say you don't, for whatever reason, you don't want to pay that membership, right?
Right.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm one of those people. I am one of those people. But my reason is because I don't use machines per se. So it's like if I did go, when I did go, I found myself doing things that I could not be paying to do. You know what I'm saying? Like playing basketball or running. I'm like, I could do that almost anywhere, right? And so, but nonetheless, there are many other things you can do. So, I mean, you can do yoga in your home. I mean, of course, that's kind of like a form of physical meditation, if you want to say. But it's definitely like relaxation as part of doing some self-care for yourself. You can go run. One of my favorite things to do, especially as it warms up, because right now it's been cold, but to go to the lakes, LSU lakes, run around the lakes. But you may not be a running person, so just walk around the lakes. Take a walk, feed the ducks. I don't know, watch the birds, look at the water, ride a bike.
You can do whatever you want. Just you can jig.
It is 225 day. You can.
It is February 25th, 225 day.
Yes.
We are just celebrating our
Baton Rouge,
Louisiana, our inner BR.
Period. No more need to be said.
Exactly.
But I'll tell you, I'm gonna read this. I was on Wicca. How you say it?
Wicca.
I was on Wikipedia, and so I decided to just like, okay, what is self-care? Because I have my definition of self-care and the way I always explain it, but I wanted to read it from kind of more of a source, if you want to say. So this says, and I'm not going to read this whole thing, but self-care has been defined as the process of taking care of oneself. Simple, right? With behaviors that promote health and active management of illness when it occurs. Individuals engage in some form of self-care daily with food choices, exercise, sleep, dinner care, etc. So one thing I do, a couple of things I want to highlight on here, because it says that active management of illness when it occurs. And so let's think about, a lot of our, within the realms of what we do, definitely mental health and substance abuse, but just zoning in on mental health. And a lot of times, some of our, people that come within our facility to receive services, they may not realize that coming in, going to therapy, even taking your medication as a form of self-care.
Right.
As that just said, management of your illness. So when I take my therapy, when I go to therapy, when I take my medication, I'm managing my illness. I'm doing the proper things to manage myself on a day-to-day basis. And so I think it's important for people to know that it's okay. Like, take your medication, go to therapy. Like, this is a part of taking care of yourself, managing those challenges and things that we're dealing with on the inside. So there's nothing wrong with managing your day-to-day life by going to therapy and taking your medication. Also, on the flip side, eating, you know what I'm saying? As I said, eating healthy choices. So I would say for me, this is probably one of my biggest forms of self-care. I'm very conscious. I'm not perfect, but I'm highly conscious about what I put in my body. I'm just a believer, what I put in my body affects my mental, it affects my emotional, it affects every part of me. And so I love to feed myself good foods, good vegetables, good fruits. I don't eat a lot of meat. I still do, but I don't eat a lot of meat. and really my thing is I try not to eat a lot of meat during the week, and I give myself a little leeway on the weekend, and I may eat a little something here and there. But for the most part, when I make these choices, I notice that I feel better. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When I'm eating a certain way, I don't feel as good.
Right.
I'm operating. Look, can I be real here? It's just like being, and look, I may go a little overboard, so look, y'all just gonna have to forgive me, okay? But it's human. When I'm constipated, okay? When I'm constipated, I'm operating. I can go to work. I can go to church. I can go wherever I need to go because, and I have to do these things. You got kids. You got to live your life. But if you're constipated, you're not going to feel as free. You're moving. You operating, but you don't feel free.
Yeah, you just feel clogged. And that's exactly what you are. You're just stuck.
But think about when you go let it out. When you just let it all go. How do you feel then? Woo! Now you really want to, hey.
That's why you need to eat your vegetables. You got to eat them greens.
Eat them greens. Clean yourself out.
You got to eat them vegetables.
Yes.
I love vegetables. Not gonna lie to you. I always have. I've never.
So what you're saying is you're not constipated.
Okay, I think I.
I know. It was a little invasive, but hey, look, we humans, right?
It is what it is, y'all. It is what it is. But like you said, eating healthy, taking your medication, that's self-care. You gotta take care of you. You only get one you. Okay, so we gotta do what we gotta do to take care of you.
That's right. So tell me this, and we'll be landing this plane soon, y'all. But in regards to Samia, what are some things that you do that I'm trying to figure out a way to ask this. So how do you? All right, let me use this as an example. I'm gonna take something you said and put it back on you and try to form it as a question, right? So I know you said that I can't repeat it verbatim, but how when you go to therapy, it's like you go to therapy for the other person. I can't remember how you worded that, but I understood it, right?
Yeah.
And so because that person may be dumping on you. So sometimes a part of taking care of yourself and self-care is also saying no to other people, you know what I'm saying? Because it can put me in an unhealthy place. So what are some things that are similar like that you may do to take better care of yourself, like far as the maybe unpopular things? I think it's easy to talk about, okay, we work out, we do these, but what are some of those other things that maybe kind of harder decisions that you have to make and that you do make to make sure that your best interest is
right, and you said it simply, just being able to say no, because we can't handle everybody's stuff, you know what I mean? And if you watching this, girl,
you said mom,
my mama, because she got everybody's stuff, everybody, and she is the sweetest heart about it, you know what I mean? She's like, I'm trying to take on, I'm gonna help you, but then she be worn out. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
So
I thought you was getting on your mama she draining you.
No.
I'm about to say, ooh, girl, you about to get slapped.
Yeah, no. I'm saying she takes on a lot of people's stuff and doesn't know how to say no. So she's tired or she can't be the best her because Joe, Bob, and Billy didn't say, here's my stuff, especially in right now in this tax season and stuff like that. But saying no is very, very important. And it's hard. You know, whenever your friends come to you and they're like, let me just vent to you real quick. I hear you, girl. I support you. Go to therapy.
Yeah.
Love you, girl. Go to therapy. You know?
Bro, that's real.
But I'm being like, for real. Like you got to be able to balance being there and being no. Sometimes you just being no. Sometimes and just saying no. You know what I mean? Like I can't do everything. I can recommend that to somebody else. You know, and I feel like for using my mom as an example, she can be like, I can do that for you, but I can't handle that right now. So maybe I can recommend some. And then even for you, you know, with your videography and stuff like that, and you accepting it, sometimes it probably could be overwhelming. Like they're like, oh, can you take pictures too? Call my buddy over here. I got so, you know, because if you was trying to take over doing photography and videography, it's either your content's not going to be as good as it could possibly do or overwork yourself.
So oh man, that's a bar. So being that you put it in that context, we can make it make sense because for me, using that, it's like, okay, I have a focus. Once I have a focus and I know what I'm trying to do, what my goal is, it's easier for me not to accept things that don't fit into what I'm trying to focus on right now. So if something comes along and you're trying to pull me away from what I'm trying to focus on right now, and I say you're intentionally trying to do it, but it's just the fact that it doesn't fit in to what I'm trying to do. No. You know what I'm saying?
Sure, like
because if I accept this, it's going to stress me. It's going to put more stress on me because I know I'm doing something that I don't want to do and I don't need to do, but I'm just saying yes because I don't want to accept you and I want to be nice and please everybody, whatever the case may be, right?
Yeah.
But I put myself at a much more advantage of peace, you know what I'm saying, and feeling like, okay, then I can put more of my energy and focus into what I'm trying to do by just simply saying no, cutting the fat, and just saying I cannot please everybody. I cannot do everything. No. Why? Because I know who I am. I know what I'm trying to focus on. I know where I'm trying to go. And once I have that form of identity, I guess we can say, it's easier. You know what I'm saying? It gets easier. I'm not saying you get perfect, but it gets easier to, like, I'm going to tell you, I'm about to say my shut up game, my no game. My no game is strong, you know what I'm saying? Very politely. I mean, I don't be mean with it, but it's easy for me to just say no. And the way you do that politely, it's kind of how you say, make those recommendations. Because for me, it's like when somebody coming at me with different projects and stuff, I'm like, well, for me, that's not really in the scope of what I do right now. My focus is in this area, but I definitely know someone who is great at that. You know what I'm saying? I would love to connect you to, and maybe y'all can work together, you know what I'm saying, just like that, and you just kind of give a warm handoff, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you don't have to be mean with it, so we ain't trying to tell people to go out there and just get rash and be, no.
Leave me alone. There's definitely a way to do that. I'm not, we ain't telling y'all to go out there and just be fussing and
don't be a grouch.
We just want to do what's best for you.
That's right.
And sometimes you can't take on everybody's stuff.
You can't.
Okay?
You can't.
So if you feel like that, you was like, oh snap, that's kind of me. Self-care.
That's right.
Take this month, the next few weeks, the next year to learn how to say no. And it's not easy. It's really not, because you don't want to hurt people's feelings. You don't like, oh, I don't want to be that mean person that just don't be helping others out. Because I want to help people too, but sometimes
only so much we can do.
Yeah.
We all have a limited capacity, or however you want to say that, and we can't do everything. You know what I'm saying? As much as we want to do and desire to do and have the heart to do so, we have to realize. Like, I'm gonna tell you, oh Lord, I just realized something. I had to learn this lesson with money. You know what I'm saying? To realize, because I have a heart of gold when it comes to wanting to just give. If I have it, I'll give it. You know what I'm saying? And I've learned, still learning, but I've come a long way. But I'm not gonna give a dollar amount. But I went through a lot of money in 1 year, and most of it was because I was helping other people and just feeling like, okay, oh yeah, here you go. Oh, okay, let me help you with that. Let me take care of that. Oh, cool. And yeah, somebody open the door, but we're gonna keep rolling. And so, but that taught me that, once again, is once I know I have a goal. And so nowadays it's like, okay, I have financial goals. I have things that I'm trying to do. I have a goal that I'm trying to meet, how much money I'm trying to save. And this is how much money I have in regards to, okay, if I have this, I can lend this, I can do this. If I don't, I just don't have it. So as hard as it is, even though I know I got some, but this money is assigned to something. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's not assigned to you. So it's like, if I don't have it, I just don't have it. You know what I'm saying? And I don't feel bad about that anymore, because what that did was put me in a place to where my funds were depleted. I didn't have any peace anymore. Now I'm sitting here like, okay, now my hands are empty and nobody has given nothing to me, Right. And but anyways, that just made me think about that.
So I just want to give y'all a couple of, self-care tips in general, and then I even can give y'all some, as a peer, like that point of view, you know what I mean? So self-care, it sounds simple, right? But like sometimes you're like, well, what is going to be good for me? Just evaluate your life, okay? So you want to take care of your mental, you want to take care of your physical, you want to take care of your emotional. And you know what? And I said emotional, that just made me think of something.
I'm about to say, make you emotional?
No. and I had to learn this too in the last couple months. Surround yourself with people who are bringing something to your life.
That's right, value.
Emotional.
Yeah.
That is your like that's taking care of yourself, you know. And sometimes you don't want to cut people off, or you don't want to not be friends, or or you're even family, baby. Because sometimes, but you got to take care of you. So people aren't bringing you up, and it just may sound selfish, but people aren't benefiting your life. And not saying that they're giving you something, but just benefiting your life in general. They gotta go, and that's just taking care of yourself, self-care.
Real talk.
So take care of it's mental, it's emotional, it's physical.
That's right.
So do some form of exercise. I ain't saying you gotta be out here boxing, running marathons, but like going for a walk, 30 minutes a day. You can walk down the street, turn around, come back. Okay, you can turn on the YouTube. Y'all, YouTube got every kind of working out you want to do. Yoga,
all of it.
They got abs. You can do anything on YouTube. I know y'all know what the YouTube is. Okay, so that's your physical, taking care of your mental, journaling, going to therapy, everything. You know, and that's the same thing with surrounding yourself with people who are benefiting you. That's mental too, because you can't take on everybody's stuff.
That's right.
So
that's right.
do stuff that's gonna make you feel good. And I know it might take a second to figure out, okay, well, what really makes me. And for me, that's going to get my nails done every 2 weeks, okay? That's going to make sure my eyebrows is good, all right? But that's not for everybody.
Yeah.
I'm not out here going to get his nails done and his eyebrows done.
Well, I do get my nails done.
That's not his that's not his prerogative. But do what makes you feel good. It's like, okay, if I'm going to sit down and read this book, that's going to make me feel good.
That's right.
It could be that simple, okay? It could be, let me pull out a paintbrush, do a little bit of painting. Find out some hobbies, some activities, just that's gonna make you feel good. That you don't need nobody else to do it. Right. You just need yourself, and you do that.
That's good.
So, what from being a peer and somebody that's trying to overcome things? You tell us what.
I mean, really, I will still echo everything you just said. I mean, I feel like it all connects. I think the one thing that comes to my brain as far as within the field of dealing with substance abuse, mental health, and dealing with people who have those challenges. And as a peer, one thing that I will always suggest and recommend as a starter is practice self-care first by learning how to give yourself grace. You know, a lot of us who come into these doors, we're beat down, and it's a lot of self-inflicted pain or just pain that's been inflicted on you by others, whatever it may be. But a lot of us, we are beat down, and we don't. We tend to be our worst enemy, if you want to say. And one way I think we can start practicing self-care is by just giving yourself grace and just saying, you know what, it's okay not to be okay. Also, it's okay to admit that I'm not in the best place right now. Sometimes just being honest with yourself, you know what I'm saying, and where you are today, but knowing that, okay, where I am right now is not where I will be, you know what I'm saying. I'm taking the steps day by day to better my life, you know what I'm saying. And so I think for a lot of us within the field of, once again, mental health, substance abuse, and just the world of recovery, one way we can start practicing self-care is just learning how to be easy with yourself, not be so hard on yourself. Give yourself grace, give yourself some mercy, and not to be all spiritual, but you know what I'm saying, we're made in the image of God, and this is how God treats us every day. You know, he gives us mercy, he gives us grace. We have to also do that to ourselves. Give yourself a little mercy, give yourself a little grace. It's okay, we're human, we've all made mistakes, we've all done things that we're not proud of, yada yada yada, right? But we're all here for one common goal, because we're trying to get better, right? So give yourself some grace. It's okay not to be okay. You're taking the steps right now. Even by watching this video, you may be taking the first step right now just by admitting I'm not okay, but I want to do the things to get myself in a better place. That's self-care right there. Give yourself some grace. You heard me?
Okay,
that's
you
it.
Better preach, preacher. Okay. So I'm so glad that we were able to do this today. You probably could tell how passionate I am about self-care because that's
I can tell. I got text messages to prove it.
Yeah, I can't make it today. I got toenail appointment. Sorry, I don't know what to tell you. I'm just kidding. Anyways, I'm so glad that we were able to do this. And, even if we were able to help one person,
That's
hopefully
right.
it was more like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Yeah.
But even if we were able to help one person or able to give the one person motivation
with
to
that?
take care of themselves starting today and
Yeah.
forever on, then that makes me feel
That's right.
amazing. So thank you, Ivan, for giving your side with peer support specialist view. But thank y'all so much again for watching, tuning in. Make sure y'all subscribe, okay? All y'all, my family, his people, if people, capital area people, subscribe. Subscribe, like, share with anybody. If you see this, you're like, oh, so-and-so needs to hear this, send it to them, all right?
Please do.
So thank y'all so much. We will see y'all again next time.
Yeah, holler.